Hello, it's Don again from Hitman Home Services. Today I want to share my first-hand knowledge of the local rodent population here in Seattle and the surrounding areas. Rodents can be a homeowner's nightmare. My first-hand experience comes from observations made during my 20-year stint as a self-employed Seattle-based home inspector, Hartman Home Inspections. I performed thousands of inspections in the 20-year period. Interestingly, under Washington Code, a standard home inspector is not required to report on rodent activity. Most inspectors do call out rodent activity, however, if they see it as a courtesy to their clients. Rodent issues were common and I reported on them many times. I'm going to break this up into two parts. Part 1 is a rodent horror story. Part 2, I'll go over some of the things you should do if you suspect that you have a rodent issue in your home. So with this in mind, let's get to it. First, a little horror story I have for you regarding rodents and why getting them out of your house quickly is so critical. Rodents don't just invade your home, make weird, disturbing noises in your walls and ceilings, and pee and poop everywhere. Typically, rodents are looking for places to nest and multiply. That's when it gets really dicey. Additionally, rodents, their urine and their droppings can carry rodent viruses and diseases. One such virus, and the most deadly to humans, is the hantavirus. The primary carrier is the deer mouse. The deer mouse is common throughout Washington state. 1 to 5 cases of hantavirus are reported annually in Washington state. There is a high fatality rate of 1 in 3 cases. There are many other less common viruses and diseases that rodents carry. I will try to cover those in another episode. To make this even worse, rodents provide a home and can carry mites. Rodent mites are incredibly small insects, typically measuring between 0.5 millimeters and 1 millimeter. To the naked eye, they often look like moving specks of dust or tiny dark pepper flakes. While humans are not their preferred hosts, rodent mites are opportunistic feeders. If their primary host, a rat or mouse, dies or is removed, the mites will leave the nest in search of a new blood meal and will readily bite humans. Trapping is the typical method for eliminating rodents in the home. The rodent mites, if present, can abandon the host body or nest and look for another host. Unlike many other household pests, they are quite mobile and can crawl significant distances from a rodent nest into living areas in search of a host. My first-hand experience was when I was contacted by a friend back when I was a home inspector. They had just had a professional rodent mitigation done after discovering they had an issue in their attic. After the mitigation was completed, and many times these mitigations go on for a couple of weeks, their kids would wake up to a bunch of itchy red spots on their legs. This was incredibly disturbing, and of course they had a pest control operator over there to do more than one inspection. They were thinking bed bugs or something else, and so off they went to buy bed bug covers, other treatments, and nothing really worked. Still the itchy red spots. Eventually, they went to the doctor for advice on the spots. Unbelievably, the doctor found an actual mite on one of their kids' feet during the examination. The doctor was able to capture the mite and recommended it was identified by the entomology department. At UW, they were able to identify that it was in fact a rodent mite. After this information was revealed, we were able to determine that mites thrive when relative humidity is above 70%. On the other hand, low humidity is a kill zone for them. When humidity drops below 50%, mites begin to desiccate and die. Their survival time off host drops significantly, often to just a few days. And keep in mind that typically mites die off on their own after a period of time, unless there is a significant and ongoing infestation / mitigation that is going on and providing new host mites. With this information, I recommended my friend purchase a dehumidifier. They set it up in the kids' bedroom and never had a bite or mite after that. And that's my horror story. Hopefully you will never experience this. My belief is many times this occurs and goes away on its own after a few days. The red spots go away, everything stops itching, and everybody just forgets that it happened. The dehumidifier trick worked really well in this instance, and keep in mind that low humidity can be used to control other insects like silverfish, dust mites, springtails, book lice, centipedes, and millipedes. Tough insects like cockroaches cannot be controlled through low humidity. Why does this matter for your home? Keeping your indoor humidity between 30 and 50% is one of the most effective non-toxic ways to prevent infestations. It stops eggs from hatching, prevents successful molting, and eventually starves moisture-seeking pests of the water they need to function. There are other treatments that your pest control operator can advise you on. In the next episode, I'll go over rodent access points and exclusion procedures, some do's and don'ts. This should help you along the way if you think you have a rodent issue.